I'm CK. Today we've got something in a bag from Vigurtime. I don't know what it is because it doesn't say what it is, and I buy so many kits, and this has been sitting in the shop for about a month and a half, and I forget what's in it. You probably know because you've seen the title of the video on the title screen, but I'll dive into it in just a second and see what it actually is. And as always, I hope you enjoy the video. Here's the package, Vigurtime soldering ... S for teens and adults new. Doesn't tell me much, but I think it's got in a little plastic case. It feels like a little plastic case, which is always good because when I'm done, I can reuse the case for storing stuff. And the glue on this is way too hard for me to try and peel it off without damaging or making a fuss. So just cut it open. Here we go. Oh, it's a robot voice changer DIY kit. Well, that sounds kind of fun. Let's see what we got in here. Here we've got a battery box for 3 AA batteries, so that's 1.5, 1.5 for 3, 1.5 for 4.5. And here's a speaker. It looks like a good size speaker. Good quality, better than we often get in these. Here's the circuit board. And it's got a surface mount chip already installed. I'm sure that's the voice chip, but unfortunately in their enthusiasm they've sanded or otherwise obscured the part number on that chip, which is annoying. So we got an LED, resistors, capacitor, switch, microphone input, something over here, I don't know what. Oh, a record button it looks like. So, and then on the front, I'm sorry, we've got, looks like a female face, a monster face, a robot face, and then a microphone button. So, mic goes in here, record button is here, so what I'm going to say, oh, and the battery is down here, it says. So what I'm going to assume is you press and hold the record button, record a small phrase into static RAM on that chip, and then play it back in one of these voices. I could be wrong, but that's a good thought. Now, if the LEDs are shown on the back, but I bet they go on the front. Oh, it's not a reusable plastic box. It's just a organizer box made out of cheapy plastic. And we've got, let's see what we got. Try not to spill everything out when I'm opening this, because these are not really designed to open easily. So there we go. Here's a little microphone. That's polarized, by the way. Some standoffs in there, some 104 decoupling caps, some tactile buttons. Here's the LEDs. Let me pull one out, which will be the little robot's eyes. Let me get my LED buddy out and we'll give it a try, see what these look like. Multicolor. So it pulses and changes color. And how much, oh, it pulls, oh gosh. Man, the blue side of it is pulling 4 volts. So these are power-hungry little LEDs. Blue LEDs are the most power-hungry. And you can read the history of blue LEDs to see why. They were very hard to get around to. It took some real innovation to get blue LEDs. Here's the piece of paper. Instruction manual. Schematic, that's nice. So yeah, we've got record, the switches, record, original, robot, monster, children. So the little female face may be the original. Now let's see. Oh, they do. They list that. Now why did they do that, the silly people? So they've scraped the IC number, part number off the chip itself, but in the components they listed as HF8406AS16. So we can get our own if we want. Probably don't, but we'll give it a try anyway. And yep, we put the LEDs on the top. Oh, and the speaker. Speaker is going to go on his head, so we're probably going to solder it like that. Is this polarized? It is polarized, but I don't see polarization marks on the circuit board, though if I look at the diagram here, or the photo here, you can barely see. Well, I don't know if you can. You can see, maybe. I think it goes like that. If it doesn't work, we'll just swap it around. Playback volume is related to the recording volume. So again, it looks pretty straightforward, but it looks fun in the end. So let me get the soldering iron heated up, and we'll put this thing together. I just went online and looked for the data sheet on this, and I didn't come up with anything. So that's always interesting. So now we're going to start off by putting the resistors on. And again, they're going to go here, a 220, 0, 6.8K, and 2.2K. So let's get the 2.2 and the 2.2 and the 220 out first, because they're the ones that would be the most likely to get confused. And this is the 220. Yep, man, you don't have to bend the leads close on this. The holes are very widely spaced. Interesting. I'm just verifying the values with my meter, because sometimes they slip one in on you, and again, the color bands are right, but you never know, do you? Man, I gave it more slack and it still said, nope, this is very broad. Now, they do say you could put them all on the front, to all the componentry on the front too, if you want. I'm going to put it on the back, except for various bits of it. And of course, here we have the 0K resistor with single black band, meaning 0. I don't know why they're doing this. I don't know why they didn't just put a jumper in here. I mean, it's not like 3 batteries is going to cause a reason to have a fusible link. But it's their design, not mine. And you notice I got my tweezers out, because digging resistors out of this little plastic, it's not fun. Is that 6? Yep, blue. Blue and gray for 6.8. Blue, gray, red, of course, because that would be 6, an 8, and then 2 zeros, which makes it 6.8K. I'm going to go ahead and put the ceramic caps on. Did they say to do that? No. They skipped a step. I mean, I'm skipping a step ahead. So we'll put the decoupling caps, the 104, 100 nanofarads on board that protect Oh, they gave us 2, but... Oh no, they should have 3. Where's C5? Where is C5? Oh, there it is. I was pretending it was a resistor for a moment. And now we'll do the electrolytics, and they're all the same value. They're all 10 microfarad, and the long lead goes in the hole indicated with a plus sign. It's also the square hole. And yes, they're not quite aligned right. Sue me, he says casually. I'm going to go ahead and solder these bits down now. That's those fellas on board. Now we're going to put the tactile switches on, because we've got 2. We've got this one, which is a 2-pin, which is for the record. But then we've got 4 of these standard 4-pin 4-pin tactile switches. They're cheap as heck, and you can get them pretty much anywhere. And they're very useful, and I've never had one fail on me. That doesn't mean they don't fail. Maybe I just haven't used one enough. And with the little kink in their legs, they stay in place just fine, so I'm not going to rush to solder them. And then solder the microphone on the robot's right arm, parentheses, from its perspective. And they're just polarized, so I'm looking on the body. Why can I not see that? Usually I can see the positive sign on these. But I cannot on this. So I'm going to make an assumption that it goes this way, since that makes it fit over the outline properly, and it's not going in a place that looks weird. So that's good. Oh, it does. It shows you. It shows you the way he has a picture that shows you where the let me pull this back out. Where these 3 little leads are on the thing, that's the positive side. Wait a minute. I mean, that's the negative side, I'm sorry. I put it on correctly, but I said the wrong words. And then we've got a switch. Well, let me solder these things that we just put on before I get to the switch. Now we'll get the switch out. Where's my tweezers? Doesn't matter which way it goes. It's not sensitive to that, because it'll figure out how to pass current along no matter which way it goes. But first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to solder just one support legs, pick it back up. Everything is flat to the board and perpendicular to the board, and it is. So I'll solder the other pins. That's good. We'll double. Oh, I skipped a step. I'll be there back in a second. That switch as well. I didn't put the momentary switch on the record switch. Now that's good. Now we're going to put the LEDs on. And of course the LEDs are polarized. And they're going to go on the front, but we'll look at the back to make sure the square pin is the long pin. I mean the square solder point is the long leg. You can also check because it shows a flat side, and that's always indicating where the cathode or the short leg is. Now I want these to be flat on the board. So what I'm going to do to make sure I achieve that is going to solder one leg of each, if it won't dance around on me. And then I'm going to pick it. See, they're a little cattywampus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press on the top of the LED with my index finger, reheat that solder pad, and you might have seen it wiggled a little bit and fell into place just perfectly. Do the other one too, and that one even clicked a little bit. Now the eyes are perfect, so I can solder the other pins, legs, whatever you want to call it. Do a little lead trimming. Now we're going to put the battery on, the speaker on top. And let me see what this says. It doesn't... Again, I'm just a little uncertain because the speaker is shown as being polarized. I gotta see if this is offset. So that might give me a clue too, but I don't think it is. No, the pins are dead in the middle. So let me see, does it say anything about it? No, it doesn't say anything about it, but again, let me take a... I'm going to duck my head in the shot again, take as close a look at this as I can get. I'm going to say that this shows the positive. Actually, I am just not certain. But in any event, what we're going to do, since this is not going through any holes, I'm going to tin up this solder pad, put this over here on top of it, then reheat the solder pad. I only did one of them for right now, and that'll fix it into place. Let it cool. Now I will do the other side. And we can always, if we got the polarity wrong, I don't think it'll matter because again, this is not a stereo unit, so phasing doesn't matter much. Got that one in, and I'll add some more solder to this one. Glob that on really. And now we're going to put the battery box on, and that's what the standoffs are for, because the battery box will end up being a support for this whole contraption. And we've got two different kinds of screws here. We've got countersink screws that have a little angle under the head, and that will go, where does he, that typically goes in the battery box because often those are countersunk, but I do not see these as being countersunk. Okay, so they want the round heads on the front. Okay, I can do that. Because if they want followers of Cromwell on the front, I am not going to argue with them. That debate has been over for 400 years. I know I'm just being obscure again. It's okay. I know what I'm talking about. Now, We'll put the battery box, because this helps it stand up stable, which is nice. Now we'll put the countersunk ones here, and I guess there is a little bevel there. I just couldn't see it. So we're going to do one side first, not completely, just enough so nothing hops out while I'm doing the other one. Now we can snug both of these down. Now we're going to solder these. Where do these actually go? Okay, these go here, and they're doing the same thing. They don't have a drilled through circuit board material for this. So what we're going to be doing is just putting a little solder on the ground pad here, and the red positive lead here. And we're going to take the wire. If I can do this, I'm trying to do it so the camera can still see what I'm doing. Which is, I'm not being successful at that. Now we're going to reheat the solder pad a little bit, capture the wire in it. Make sure you let it cool. If you're a little impatient and you pull your hand away too quick, wire will come out of the solder and you'll say, "Dang me." And that is the assembly all done. Very quick and simple. I'm going to turn that off. Now what I'm going to go do is go get some rechargeable double A's back in half a sec. And there's the rechargeable double A's. I use EBLs in my shop. I've found them to be very reliable. And oh, wait a minute. Are these double A's or triple A's? Oh, it's triple A's. Okay, hold on one second. I got to put these back. And I have rechargeable triple A's that I'll put in. Okay, I'm going to turn this light off. Now, let's power it up. Eyeballs twitching. I'm going to say something to it. Soldering is fun. Okay, so it recorded that. Now let's press the robot voice button.
Soldering is fun.
Hear a little reverb in that.
Soldering is fun.
Now we'll do the monster one.
Soldering is fun.
And now we'll do the woman one, I guess.
Soldering is fun.
And now this is the original.
Soldering is fun.
So that's kind of fun, isn't it? I'm going to see if this completely overwrites the last one. Blinking LEDs are scary.
Blinking LEDs are scary.
Blinking LEDs are scary.
Blinking LEDs are scary.
And I'll aim that at the side camera. And you can see, you can just set it down. And the lights continue to blink and blink and blink.
Blinking LEDs are scary. Blinking LEDs are scary.
So when you hit the next button, it automatically cancels the current playback and starts again, so it doesn't blend or mix more than one sound. I'm going to try 2 buttons at once and see what it does.
Blinking LEDs are scary.
So it went with the that one. Let's do the 2 middle ones and see which one it prioritizes.
Blinking LEDs are scary.
So that was the monster voice.
Blinking LEDs are scary.
So it prioritizes, no matter what's pressed or how many buttons are pressed, it'll be the one on the far left that takes priority, on the left that takes priority. So that's it. A fun little kit from Vigurtime. I always forget which one they are, because I've seen it, it's Vigurtime with an I. Because I've seen it printed as Vigurtime too. I'll turn that back off. And that was a fun little kit. Quick to do, a fun little result. Share with your friends and have a little bit of fun. And with the schematic, you can trace through what the switches are doing. The record switch goes to pin 1 on the chip. The original is pin 2, robot voice is pin 3, monster voice is 16, child voice is 15, and then the microphone comes in to pin 8, and then the output to the speaker goes all the way over here. No, I'm sorry. That's the LED flashing circuit. 13 and 14 go to the speaker. So that's it. I wish I could find the data sheet for that chip, but that's okay. A fun one from Vigurtime. And I hope you enjoyed the video.